You may have noticed that your purchasing power seems to decrease with each passing year, no matter how well you manage your money. You over the age of 62 are losing wealth every year, but you don't know it. Your fixed income isn't getting you very far because the cost of living keeps going up. You could lose your steady income all of a sudden. Thankfully, you are able to handle it. This video not only shows you the 7 most important things you can do to stop older Americans' wealth from falling every year, but it also explains why this is happening. Today's topics are meant to help you protect your wealth and keep your independence. Whether it's by showing you how to avoid getting your money stolen or by teaching you how to make smart money moves. This is happening because of something I'll explain at the end. I will also give you some tips that might help you save more money and maybe even make it grow. Later, you'll be able to chill out and enjoy life. Does the thought of retiring without enough money ever bother you? Remember this. Don't miss a video before we start. Please subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. To show that you like this video, click the like button in the comments section. Type 0 in the comments to let me know you don't like it. It will help me make videos for you that are better. We can begin now. The rising cost of living is a big worry. The rising cost of living is something that you can feel every day. This is a big reason why older Americans lose purchasing power every year. Everything that costs money is going up in price, like food, gas, electricity, and healthcare. It's not a given, though, that your income will rise to match. It's not all in your head, trust me. The value of your money slowly decreases over time due to inflation. I could buy a whole cart of food for $1 when I was younger. It doesn't even cover the basics these days. Not long ago, a gallon of milk cost less than $1, and it didn't feel like enough to break even when you filled up the gas tank. But these days, even necessities cost more because prices have gone up so much. An older person or someone on a fixed income may not be able to handle inflation as well as a younger person. They can do things like work extra hours or switch jobs to make more money. SS payments are changed every year to reflect the cost of living, but they don't always keep up with real inflation. Many seniors still feel like their monthly checks don't cover as much as they used to, even with these changes. If you depend on savings from 20 or 30 years ago, the effect may be much worse because they aren't worth as much as they used to be. What do you plan to do? To deal with rising prices, it makes sense to spend more on necessities and less on things that aren't necessary. There are things you can do to save money on things you use every day, but that doesn't mean you have to give up things you like. Using senior discounts, buying groceries at stores with low prices, and making changes to your home's energy efficiency are all examples of things that can have a big effect. Perhaps you should take a look at your spending habits now that you haven't done so recently. You could also look over your spending plan and get rid of any unnecessary costs. You might not even be aware that memberships, subscriptions, and services you no longer use are draining your funds. It's also a good idea to look for side jobs, like a part-time job, a spare room to rent, or to do freelance work from time to time using the skills you already have. We want to keep prices low so that your money can last longer and buy more. You may not be able to stop inflation, but there are things you can do to make sure it doesn't affect the money decisions you make in the future. Second, the fixed income trap. Getting stuck in what's called the fixed income trap is one of the hardest things for older Americans when it comes to money. Unlike younger people who can get raises, promotions, or career changes that can help them make more money over time, retirees often have to rely on Social Security, pensions, or savings, none of which grow fast enough to keep up with rising costs. When you look at Social Security at first, it might seem like a safety net, but for most people, it was never meant to fully replace their working income. It's supposed to help you save for retirement, but a lot of seniors depend on it as their main source of income, which makes things even worse. Cost of living adjustments do happen, but they don't always show how inflation really affects people. This is especially true for things like housing and healthcare, which tend to rise faster than inflation as a whole. If you get a pension, you might think things are better for you, but that's not always the case. Many pension plans don't offer cost of living increases at all. This means that what seemed like a nice retirement check starts to feel tighter and tighter over time. If you're also taking money out of savings or investments, you run the risk of running out of money too soon. What are you going to do? One of the best things you can do is find other ways to make money, even if you're already retired. Today, a lot of seniors are looking for flexible, low-stress ways to make extra money. This could be through consulting, part-time work, renting out an empty space, or even using their skills online to make passive income. It's not about going back to work full-time. It's about having extra money saved up so you can handle your money better. Getting the most out of your Social Security benefits is another important step. If you haven't started getting benefits yet, waiting until after you reach full retirement age can make your monthly payments much higher, sometimes by as much as 8% per year. If you've already started collecting, you may still be able to increase your benefits through strategies like spousal benefits or strategic claiming. Finally, taking a fresh look at your investment plan can help keep your money working for you. When people retire, they often make the mistake of being too cautious with their money. They keep too much cash on hand or invest in low-yield bonds that don't even keep up with inflation. Even though you don't want to take too many risks, a well-balanced portfolio with some assets that will grow can help your savings last longer and keep you from falling into the fixed income trap. Third, as you get older, your medical costs go up. Costs for healthcare tend to go up more quickly than almost all other costs. Medical bills can sneak up on you, even if you've always taken good care of yourself. Often you didn't plan for them to. Healthcare costs can add up quickly, including prescription drugs, visits to the doctor, stays in the hospital, and out-of-pocket costs. This makes it one of the biggest financial burdens for retirees. Medicare doesn't cover everything, even though you might think it does. Many important services, like dental, vision, and long-term care, aren't fully covered, so seniors have to pay for important treatments out of their own pockets. Supplemental insurance or Medicare Advantage plans can help, but they usually have their own costs, deductibles, and restrictions. A lot of retirees are shocked by how much long-term care costs are going up and up. Help at home, assisted living, or nursing home care all cost astronomically high amounts of money. A lot of people think that Medicaid will cover them if they ever need long-term care, but in order to qualify for Medicaid, you usually have to spend down most of your assets, which leaves you with little financial security for your later years. Medical inflation continues to rise faster than general inflation. So even if you're healthy now, it will only get more expensive over time. If you get sick or hurt unexpectedly, it can use up your savings much faster than you plan. How are you going to keep yourself safe? Planning ahead for medical costs before they get out of hand is one of the best things you can do. If you haven't signed up for Medicare yet, learning about your coverage options early on can help you make the best decisions to keep your out-of-pocket costs as low as possible. People who already have Medicare should look over their plan once a year to make sure they aren't paying too much for services they don't need or missing out on better coverage. Putting money into a health savings account, HSA, before retirement is another smart move. For those who are still eligible, HSAs let you save tax-free money for medical costs, which can help you when the cost of healthcare goes up. If an HSA isn't available anymore, having a separate fund for medical bills can help protect you in the same way. Lastly, one of the best ways to keep long-term medical costs low is to take steps to keep your health in good shape. Many healthy habits like exercise, good nutrition, regular checkups, and preventive care can help keep you from having expensive health problems in the future. Aside from making you feel good, staying healthy is also one of the best things you can do for your money. Let's look at another thing that costs money but isn't seen until it's too late. Number 4, tax burdens on seniors. Even in retirement, taxes don't stop. In fact, for many older Americans, taxes take a bigger bite out of their income than they expect. You may have spent decades working, paying into Social Security, and saving for retirement, only to find that once you start withdrawing money, the government still wants its share. If you're not careful, taxes can quietly erode your savings, leaving you with less to live on each year. One of the biggest surprises for many retirees is that Social Security benefits can be taxed. If your combined income, including Social Security, pensions, withdrawals from retirement accounts, and any other earnings exceeds certain thresholds, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxable. This can come as a shock, especially if you assume that once you retire, Social Security would be tax-free. Then there's the issue of required minimum distributions, RMDs. If you have a traditional IRA or 401k, you're required to start withdrawing money and paying taxes on it once you reach age 73. Many retirees don't realize that these mandatory withdrawals can push them into a higher tax bracket, increasing the amount they owe and reducing the lifespan of their savings. And let's not forget property taxes. Even if you paid off your mortgage, the cost of simply owning your home can rise each year due to higher property taxes. This is especially difficult for retirees on a fixed income who may not have planned for those increases. What are you going to do? One of the best ways to reduce your tax burden is to be strategic about when and how you withdraw money. If you have multiple income sources, working with a financial planner or tax professional can help you structure withdrawals in a way that minimizes taxable income and keeps you in a lower tax bracket. Roth conversions are another strategy that works well. If you move money from a traditional IRA or 401k to a Roth IRA, you may be able to pay less in taxes now so that you can take out money tax-free later. This method may not work for everyone, but for many retirees, it can help them keep more of their money over time. If you're worried about your property taxes, find out if your state has any tax breaks for seniors, programs that let you put off paying your taxes, or other benefits that can help you pay less each year. An increasing number of states have programs that help retirees pay less in taxes, but you have to apply to use them. The key takeaway: just because you're retired doesn't mean taxes disappear, but with smart planning, you can legally reduce how much you owe, leaving more money in your pocket each year. Number 5, erosion of savings and investments. One of the biggest financial risks seniors face is something that happens so gradually you might not even notice it: the slow erosion of your savings and investments. It took you decades of careful saving to build up your retirement fund. But as the years go by, withdrawals, market downturns, and even inflation can eat away at your nest egg faster than you thought. Lots of people who are retired think that they will be set for life if they save enough before they retire. But the problem is that retirement these days lasts a lot longer than it used to. A lot of people live 20, 30, or even 40 years after they stop working. That means you need to save enough to last decades, not just a few years. You might not have enough money when you need it if you take money out too quickly, or if your investments aren't growing fast enough to keep up with inflation. Volatility in the market's another problem. If your investments lost money when the stock market went down, selling when the price is low can make it even harder for your portfolio to get back on track. This is called sequence of returns risk, and it means that if you lose a lot of money early in retirement, your savings might never fully recover. This can be very bad because you won't have many chances to make money again, so it can be very bad. It's possible for even low-risk investments to go wrong. To avoid risk, a lot of seniors put their money in low-yield bonds or savings accounts. The problem is that these safe investments might not even keep up with inflation. Even if your money grows more slowly than the cost of living, each year you lose the ability to buy things. So what's the answer? First, it's important to have a plan for withdrawals that balances the need for income with long-term growth. A common way to make your money last longer is to follow the 4% rule and take out no more than 4% of your savings each year. But depending on your situation, a more adaptable plan, like changing the amount you withdraw based on how the market does, could be even better. Investing some of your money in things that could go up in value is another important step. You don't want to take too many risks, but investing in stocks that pay dividends, real estate, or other stable assets can help your money keep working for you even after you retire. Working with a financial advisor to make a sustainable income plan can help you make sure that your savings not only last but also continue to grow. Also remember that it's just as important to stay calm when the market goes down as it is to make smart investment choices. If you stay the course and make smart choices, you can protect your long-term financial future. Now let's talk about another mistake people make with their money that they don't even realize costs them a lot of money every year. 6, there isn't enough passive income. One of the hardest things about retirement is that most of the money you used to depend on goes away. When you worked, you got a steady paycheck every month. But when you retire, that income stops. If you don't have any other passive income, you have to live off of your savings, which may not last as long as you thought it would. Not having any other income besides Social Security or a pension can be dangerous, especially since their real value decreases over time due to inflation. If your income stays the same and your expenses stay the same or even go up, your finances will slowly but surely get worse. Even if they didn't feel financially secure when they started out, many retirees find themselves struggling years into retirement. So what's the answer? The key is to set up several passive income streams. You can make money with passive income instead of working for it all the time, like you would at a regular job. This can include rent money, investment dividends, royalties, or even small side businesses that don't take a lot of time or work. Investing in stocks that pay dividends is one of the safest ways to make passive income. Unlike regular stocks, which only gain value when the market goes up, dividend stocks give you cash just for owning them. A lot of retired people get steady income from dividends instead of selling their investments. Real estate income is another choice. If you own a rental property, even a small one, it can bring in steady cash flow every month. If you don't want to deal with tenants, real estate investment trusts, REITs, let you invest in real estate and make money without being a landlord. Some retirees also start online businesses that don't require much work, like selling digital goods, writing ebooks, or renting out storage space. These might not get you rich right away, but they can give you a steady stream of money that builds up over time. It's not necessary to replace your full-time income. The goal is to build a safety net that brings in money even when you're not working. It's better for your savings if you have a lot of passive income. It leaves your money alone for longer. Seventh, the answer: make smart changes to your finances. Congratulations, you now understand why so many people over 62 get poorer every year. But there is good news. It doesn't have to be this way. You can make smart changes to your money right now to protect your wealth, make your money go further, and even make you safer in the long run. The first step is to get the most out of your Social Security benefits. A lot of retired people start getting Social Security as soon as they can, but this can cut their monthly payments by a lot. If you haven't started getting benefits yet, waiting can make them more valuable by up to 8% a year until you turn 70. There may be ways to make the most of your total income, even if you've already started, like getting spousal benefits. Next, it's important to cut costs that aren't necessary. Pay close attention to your spending and find places you can save money without lowering the quality of your life. This could mean getting a better deal on your insurance, refinancing your debt, or even getting rid of subscriptions and memberships you don't use. Every little bit of savings adds up quickly and can make a big difference over time. Making sure your investments are making money for you is another strong move. When you retire, it's normal to be less risky with your money. However, keeping too much cash in low-yield accounts can be just as dangerous as making big investments. A balanced approach with a mix of assets that bring in money, like real estate, dividend stocks, and annuities, can help your money grow while also keeping it stable. You might want to set up passive income streams if you haven't already. You can get extra money in a number of ways, such as by renting out a space you're not using, starting a small online business, or investing in things that will bring in money. The important thing is to build up a financial cushion that isn't just your savings. Lastly, don't forget how helpful it can be to work with a financial expert. It's not enough to just have enough money for retirement. You need to make sure that money lasts. A professional can help you come up with a plan that will help you avoid inflation, pay the least amount of taxes, and take out money in the most tax-efficient way possible. What this means is that you have more power over your financial future than you think. Making smart changes now will help you keep more of your money, protect your way of life, and enjoy the years to come with peace of mind. Last words. Today we talked about a lot of things, including rising prices, fixed incomes, medical costs, taxes, and how savings are slowly being used up. You're not the only one who has ever felt like their money wasn't going as far as it used to. There are real problems with money that come with getting older, but there are also real ways to fix them. You can keep from getting poorer every year by controlling your spending, making the most of your income, and making smart changes to your finances. Don't just sit back and let your financial security slip away. That's the most important thing to remember. Small changes you make on purpose can have a big impact over time. For example, delaying Social Security, finding new ways to make money, or changing how you invest your money can all make a big difference. Don't wait any longer to do something. Each step you take makes you stronger for the future. Thanks for being here today. Please get in touch with us. Write a comment below about what you learned today and how you're going to use it. We care about what you think, so don't be shy about telling us. We feel very motivated and encouraged when we read your comments. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it and found it useful. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.